Beowulf, translated by Lesslie Hall. Book 15. Hrothgar's Gratitude. Hrothgar discoursed, to the hall building went he. He stood by the pillar, saw the steep rising hall roof, gleaming with gold gems, and Grendel his hand there. For the sight we behold now, thanks to the wielder, early be offered. Much evil I bided, snaring from Grendel. God can e'er accomplish wonder on wonder, wielder of glory. But lately I reckoned, ne'er under heaven, comfort to gain me for any of sorrows, while the handsomest of houses, horrid with bloodstain, gory uptowered. Grief had affrighted each of the wise ones, who weened not that ever the folk troops' defences 'gainst foes they should strengthen, 'gainst sprites and monsters. Through the might of the wielder, a doughty retainer hath the deed now accomplished, while erstwhile we all, with our excellent wisdom, failed to perform. May affirm very truly, what woman soever in all of the nations gave birth to the child, if yet she surviveth, that the long-ruling lord was lavish to her ward in the birth of the bairn. Now, Beowulf dear, most excellent hero, I'll love thee in spirit as bairn of my body. Bear well henceforth the relationship new. No lack shall befall thee, of earth joys any I can ever give thee. Full often for lesser service I've given, hero less hardy, hoard treasure precious, to a weaker in war strife. By works of distinction thou hast gained for thyself, now that thy glory shall flourish forever and ever. The All-Ruler quite thee with good from his hand, as he hitherto did thee. Beowulf answered, Ecgtheow's offspring, that labour of glory most gladly achieved we. The combat accomplished, unquailing we ventured the enemy's grapple. I would grant it much rather thou wert able to look at the creature in person, faint unto falling, the foe in his trappings. On murder-bed quickly I minded to bind him with firm-holding fetters, that forced by my grapple, low he should lie in life and death struggle. Lest his body escape, I was wholly unable, since God did not will it, to keep him from going, not held him that firmly, hated opposer, too swift was the foeman. Yet safety regarding, he suffered his hand behind him to linger, his arm and shoulder to act as watcher. No shadow of solace the woe-begone creature found him there nathless. The hated destroyer liveth no longer, lashed for his evils, but sorrow hath seized him, in snare meshes hath him, close in its clutches, keepeth him writhing in baleful bonds. There banished for evil, the man shall wait for the mighty tribunal, how the God of glory shall give him his earnings. Then the soldier kept silent, son of old Ecglaf, from boasting and bragging of battle achievements, since the princes beheld there the hand that depended, 'neath the lofty hall timbers, by the might of the nobleman. Each one before him the enemy's fingers, each fingernail strong steel most resembled, the heathen one's handspur, the hero in battles, claw most uncanny, quoth they agreeing, that not any excellent edges of brave ones was willing to touch him, the terrible creatures battle hand bloody to bear away from him. Book 16. Hrothgar lavishes gifts upon his deliverer. Then straight was ordered that Heorot inside with hands be embellished, a host of them gathered, of men and women, who the wassailing building, the guest hall begeared. Gold flashing sparkled, webs on the wall then, of wonders a many, to each of the heroes that look on such objects. The beautiful building was broken to pieces, which all within with irons was fastened, its hinges torn off. Only the roof was whole and uninjured, when the horrible creature, outlawed for evil, off had betaken him, hopeless of living. 'Tis hard to avoid it, whoever will do it, but he doubtless must come to the place awaiting, as Weird hath appointed. Soul-bearers, earth-dwellers, earls under heaven, where bound on its bed his body shall slumber when feasting is finished. Full was the time then that the son of Halfdene went to the building. The excellent atheling would eat of the banquet. Ne'er heard I that people with hero band larger bear them better towards their bracelet bestower. The laden with glory stooped to the bench then. Their kinsmen companions in plenty were joyful, many a cupful quaffing complacently. Doughty of spirit in the high towering place, Hrothgar and Hrothwulf. Heorot then inside was filled with friendly ones. Falsehood and treachery the folksgeldings now nowise did practice. Then the offspring of Halfdene offered to Beowulf a golden standard as reward for the victory, a banner embossed, byrnie and helmet. Many men saw then a song-famous weapon born for the hero. Beowulf drank of the cup in the building, that treasure bestowing, he needed not blush for in battle men's presence. Ne'er heard I that many men on the ale-bench in friendlier fashion to their fellows presented 4 bright jewels with gold-work embellished. Round the roof of the helmet a head-garter outside, braided with wires, with bosses was furnished, that swords for the battle fight hardened might fail boldly to harm him, when the hero proceeded forth against foemen. The defender of earls then commanded that 8 steeds with bridles gold-plated, gleaming, be guided to hallward. Inside the building on one of them stood then an art-broidered saddle embellished with jewels. 'Twas the sovereign's seat, when the son of King Halfdene was pleased to take part in the play of the edges. The famous one's valor ne'er failed at the front when slain ones were bowing, and to Beowulf granted the prince of the Ingwins power over both, o'er war steeds and weapons, bade him well to enjoy them. In so manly a manner the mighty famed chieftain, hoardward of heroes, with horses and jewels, war storms requited, that none e'er condemneth who willeth to tell truth with full justice.